paragraph. Then I'll make sure that I have enough space on top, so I can now write some in capital letter, Rena Diet Cookbook. Okay, so this is showing heading 1, so I don't want that to happen. So let me just type it now. Rena Diet Cookbook. So I'll just do it like this. I'll increase the font as big as possible. Then I can also change it to book article, because every other of my content is showing book article. I'll increase the font size as much as possible. Then I can now put this at the center. I can put this at the center. Let me zoom back. So you can see now that we have it boldly written here, Rena Diet Cookbook. So this will take this particular page. Then immediately after, you have your copyright page. Let me can just write something like this, capital letter, copyright 2023. So let me go to, you can just look for something to write here. This book reserves the rights of publication dot 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 dot. So I'm not going to tell you what to write here, but I guess you are familiar with what copyright page looks like in most of your books. So you can just go to Google or go to your ChatGPT. So this is just like another assignment. You can just type it on ChatGPT. You can come here, maybe by clicking on a new chat. You can come here and write a copyright page. It will display some information to you, and by the time you read it, you know you just copy and paste there. So usually you just need like maybe 5 lines or so. You need like 5 lines or nothing, not something really too much. Then you copy it here, then you select all and you centralize. So because that's what's going to make it look neater. Centralize it and all. So but make sure it's not on this same page that you have your Rena Diet Cookbook. So here you can copy an image of a food that looks like, you can insert an image here, but make sure that the image is not copyrighted. Any image you are going to be used, whether in your book content or your cover, must not be copyrighted. So you can choose to download an image from Canva and copy and paste here. So this is our copyright page. I'll make sure it's at the center. Then you now leave it here. Then after that, we'll go to our table of contents page. So I'll return this to where it should be. So, or maybe I'll just click on this. This should be this. So I'll go to references. I want to insert table of contents now. I'll go to references. I'll click on table of contents. So by the time I click on table of contents, I'll click on this one, automatic table. So by the time I do this, and then I scroll up, yeah, I already have something here as my table of contents. So I'll just shift it to another page. I'll shift it to another page as it is now. Then I can now copy, I can highlight what you have here, because it's always going to show it in another color. I can now click on it as black. I can put it at the center so that it will be at the center of the page. Then I'll leave another space here, table of contents. So this looks neater like this. So you can see it's on another front, calibre body. So I can also highlight what we have here, down here. I can highlight it, and after highlighting, I will just make sure that I would select the normal font for my text. So you can see that it's already showing the same book antiqua that we used. So I can also increase the font size, highlight everything. Remember we used 13 as our font size, so I can use 13 here as well. Then the spacing, I should use 1.15 for table of contents so that it won't take too much space. So you can see I've clicked on that. By the time I click out, I already have my table of contents, and you can see it's already showing the exact page that this of everything that we have here is already showing it. So I guess my copyright page is on heading 1, which I don't want, so I can just select it out. This is the normal, so select it out and then put it back at the center. Then I can now bold in it. Just make sure you are doing the proper formatting, editing. I'm taking it back to book antiqua, and I'll select 13 as my font size. So you can see now. And now if I'm making any changes, what do I do? You can see this. I've already clicked on the I've already inserted the table of contents, which is usually supposed to be the last thing I'm doing. So I can as well update it. By the time I click on update page numbers only, that's where in cases whereby you've not changed anything, you've not deleted anything from the page after you have inserted the table of contents. But in this case, I've removed the copyright. Okay, let me start with this. If I click on OK, you can see some page numbers change. That's because maybe I've shifted the page from one to another. So but if I click on this and update entire table and click OK, you can see that it restored it back to the previous settings, and it has removed some items, the ones I've deleted. So I will also have to come back here and reformat it to what I wanted it to look like. So I will still go back here and do 13. I will increase the spacing to 1.15. So you can see now it's back to how it should be. So then one more thing, I will insert page number. So by the time I come to page number here, up from insert, then bottom of the page, I'll click this one. So this one will give it page numbers. You can see. So we have our page number here. So it has numbered everything from the beginning. So don't forget, I told you put picture here after writing that, then you complete the rest. So now we're almost done with everything. So but you just make sure you make everything else look neat. Make sure it's neat enough. Okay, most of our text uh, the body of the text is in 13 in 11, so you should make sure it's at least bigger. So I'll make sure I increase this to 13. So you can see it's bigger. So you make sure you do that for every other one because it looks smaller here. But automatically I can update or click Ctrl A, but it might affect some of all these things here. So just note it. Your book antiquar is the font type and 13 is the font size. So I think we are almost done now. So but before I finish, I always come to this update table and update page numbers only. So you can see, because I made some changes, it also changed the page numbers. So I'll scroll up, I'll scroll to the bottom and make sure that everything is well organized. So conclusion now should be on its own page, should be on a separate page. You can see it should be on a separate page, and I think this should be at the center as well. Should be at the center. So I'll still have to quickly modify this, then okay. So it has already set every other. So you notice that the rest is also at the center. Introduction is at the center. Our recipes too. You make sure that this starting on a new page as well. So it's also at the center. So I think we are done with our book formatting. Then what do? I'll just click on save. I'll make sure I first of all save it in Microsoft Word. Then I'll also come back and save as. Then I'll come to my desktop. Then so you remember the first one I saved as Microsoft Word document, but I'll also do that again and save as PDF. So this is the final stage. You save it as PDF. So I'm saving everything at the desktop now. So I'm saving this one too in the desktop as PDF. So after doing that, it will publish as PDF and it will bring it out after that. So I think it's processing now, and then it's going to bring it as PDF. Or I can just go to my desktop. I can just go to my desktop and see. Okay, so I have it here as PDF already in my desktop. More minutes. So now this is our cookbook here. Renal Diet Cookbook. We have the copyright page. It's still loading. I don't know why it's taking time. Okay, you can see Renal Diet Cookbook, the copyright page, and the table of contents is also there. Then you see the introduction is starting from here. Then your recipes, then down. That's how you continue it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then you go down to your conclusion page. So this is your conclusion now. Remember I told you this should start on a new page. So this is a mistake now, so I can always go back to my Microsoft Word and make sure I shift it down to a new page. So we have come to the end of book formatting and publishing. So we've published to PDF, and we already have our PDF ebook, which we can upload on Amazon. So we have come to the end of today's session, and I hope you've learned one or two things. So if you are not clear with anything, you can reach out to me on WhatsApp or comment on the video below. Thank you so much.